Good afternoon, everybody. Just want to say hello to the new viewers. Hopefully, my videos will help you. I'm no expert, as you can probably tell from my videos. I'm just a fan of both programming and neural networks. If there's anything you guys want me to do, or try, or whatever, just leave me a comment now. I'll go right ahead and do it. Also, tell people, because I'd like a bigger channel. Okay, so in this video we're going to do large-scale curiosity, which is, it was written originally by these folks here. I believe it's this guy here, his one of his graduate projects. I'm not 100% sure though. This AI uses a reward system where if it sees something new, it gets a higher reward. If it sees the same thing over and over again, the reward drops off. So it's encouraged to explore. I think in the original video they used Montezuma's Revenge. I've personally tried it on several games. So Super Mario Kart, Super Bomberman, I was really proud of that one, and The Legend of Zelda. This is my main focus. I really want this one to work. If not this one, the sequel to this one, which is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's made by the same guys, to beat, or at the very least explore, all of The Legend of Zelda. It's quite a complex game though, so it may require some kind of you know, like watching the state and changing the AI depending on what's happening on screen. His exploration seems to work pretty good. I believe I got him to 21 worlds, but 21 levels, what do you call these, stages, boards? But yeah, it takes a long time, so I'm not sure what I'll do about that. But if I figure it out, I absolutely will let you guys know. So we're going to do this right now. Sound good to everybody? Great. So you're going to want to go into the same environment you were in before to do the last tutorial. If you need a tutorial on how to do that, actually let's do that. Let's start from scratch, okay? RM. Oh no, we're in tutorials. That's good. You just want to exit. Okay, so open up a new terminal. Go to your wherever you keep your code, and we're gonna make a new dir directory. Actually, let's make sure my old one's gone. Curiosity, it's not gone. See, you gotta. We're gonna make a new directory. Make dir curiosity, and then we're gonna make a virtual environment inside that folder. Virtual environments are basically copies of your Python executable. So in this case we're going to use Python 3.6 because TensorFlow doesn't work with 3.7. So you got to make sure you have Python 3.6 installed, and you can get that from your distros repos, or if you're on Windows, I'm sure you can just download it off the website. Yeah, so it makes a copy of, here, we'll go into it and I'll just show you. So this is what's in a new virtual environment. There's a bin folder, and inside bin, there is Python 3 and Python 3.6. There's also pip3, pip 3.6, and a function called activate. Activate is what we source. Once we do this, we end up using these executables in place of our standard Python 3.6 and stuff. So now, if we go pip freeze, it should say there's nothing installed. Pip freeze tells you what's installed. So we're going to install a bunch of stuff. Actually, first let's do this from the horrible way, the stupid way to do it. We're going to clone this. Okay, we're going to git clone. And we're going to cd into it, and then we are going to attempt to install it, and it's going to complain about libraries we don't have, but that's good because then we'll just install those. Directory is not installable. What? Oh, is there no installation with this one? Oh, there's no installation. Well, we'll just run it then. I'll explain these commands later on. They're all inside the files, but I just want to verify that this is working. It is not. Okay, so we need to install Gym. We're going to need Gym Retro because we're going to use that later. We're going to need TensorFlow. I'm pretty sure it's version 1.10. And we need NumPy. And we need Mujuko. A special version of Mujuko, but I can never remember which one it is. So to get that, we'll check my other code tutorials. Source bin activate. So I'm checking my other installation for which versions of stuff I need. Is it Mojoko? Mujoko? 1.5, 1. Yeah. So you really need this one. Otherwise, Gym Retro doesn't install properly. Pip install. Okay, now let's see if it runs. Just retype it, apparently. What am I doing? Oh, hey. I was working on a Mortal Kombat 3 AI earlier. It's tough. Mortal Kombat 3 is tough. Okay, so we need baselines, okay? So we're going to install baselines. I think there's some advantage to doing it from the repo, from cloning the repo, but let's see if this works. CV2 we need, which I believe is, I never remember which way it goes. There's like an open CV-Python and a Python C, what? Guys. Yeah. TensorFlow is complaining, which is fine. I don't know if the NumPy version is going to be a problem. Okay, so this is the okay. So here we go. We're just about ready. So now we've installed these packages, which all came from trying to install. So we got all this crud. There may still be more. We'll see what happens. The very first thing you come across when you try and modify this library is these are the files from the large scale curiosity folder. The first thing you'll come across is in run. So this is the code. It's pretty straightforward. Down here at main, there's a bunch of these like arg parse things, so you can change all the different settings. We're not going to worry about that for right now. We're just going to use the default ones. The main thing to realize is that the very first thing that happens is start experiment, and they make env all params. If you leave it, if you run it just like this, it'll do every single game this was tested on. So the guys who originally did this on a bunch of different games simultaneously. You can watch the video. It's really, really cool. But we want to be specific. We want to test it on, for example, Zelda or Mario Kart or whatever. So we're gonna go down here to the parameters, and we're gonna find the one called env_kind, env_kind. There it is. Okay. So the default is Atari, which is cool. But we're going to skip that, and we're going to go check out the wrappers. So the wrappers have all the different types of supported environments. So there's a Montezuma's Revenge one. That's if you're gonna train on Montezuma's Revenge. This is, we'll come back to this. It's frame skip. Okay, so make Mario env. If you'll notice here, this has retro.make. Retro.make is good because that means they've already built in support for the Gym Retro, which means we can pipe any game into this that we want. So let's do that. Make Mario env. You call it by going env_kind Mario. Okay. So the very first thing that it complained about, though, we just saw that up here, was that there's no undo logger setup. This is an old thing. Doesn't work anymore. So just comment that out. Try this again. And oh yeah, that's right. We have to install Super Mario Brothers. This is always kind of an issue. After you install Gym Retro, you have to run a script called I believe it's called retro import, and then you need to give it a location where all the ROMs are. And if the games you're trying to import aren't officially supported by OpenAI, you have to create an SHA file with the SHA sum of the ROM, and then make a folder for. I'll show you what to do, because I'm pretty sure this won't work for us. I'm gonna do this off screen. I don't know why I care. I showed you guys all this before. So what are we gonna do it on? We're gonna do it on. Let's just import everything. See what we get. I definitely have Super Mario Bros. Both the NES and the. Oh, see, it complained because we tried to. Let's just do NES. We'll start with Super Mario Bros. Is that in the list there? Super Mario Bros. 3 is. That's interesting. Let's do that. Let's do Super Mario Bros. 3. So it's as simple as this, guys. And we also need to find the in the folder with bin, there will be a folder called lib. This stores all of your packages for this virtual environment. You're going to find Gym Retro, which should be called Retro, I believe. You're going to go to Data. These are the, so we'll go to Stable. And these are games that OpenAI have already built some I'll show you. Let me just show you. Super. Nope, it's not going to work. Why are you not going to work? Because I'm not in the folder. I should learn how to use my own computer. Super Mario. So Super Mario Bros. Is here. The handy thing about Super Mario Bros. Is we're not going to do 3. We'll do 1. I'll just get the ROM. So you see here it has an SHA. This is what you need to create if you're trying to import a game on your own. Don't worry about that for now. You can watch my neat. I think I did it in the neat video on how to do this all from scratch. It has a bunch of states for us. The JSON file for all the rewards and stuff, but we don't need to worry about that because this doesn't work like that. Okay. So now that we've imported, okay, there it is. You guys can see it. That's my folder. Let's see if this works. Okay, so that's good. That's a new error. The error is a mistake in the code. It's a real simple fix. That's it right there. And now, if we're lucky, it'll start training on Mario. Actually, let's just leave this over here and we'll do a little bit of a dive into these two libraries, okay? So if we go back here to the env kind, the default is Atari, but we picked Mario. So let's go up to this make all env params, which if you recall, make env partial make all m's, okay? So we're going to check that out right now. Rank, that has to do with multi-threading. This is a multi-threaded, oh, here we go, it's learning a little bit. So this is the output of the learning process. There's a bunch of stuff in here, advantage and all that stuff. You can read about this all in the actual paper. They go into pretty good detail. It's not 100% clear. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this subject, so a lot of it is magic. But the output, after a while, it'll tell you, it does some internal judging of how far the AI got and will output a string that tells you how far the AI got. Okay, so it's just going to keep learning like this. In the next episode, I guess I'll show you how to save some videos of what's happening. Unfortunately, it's not super clear to me how to save the. I'll show you in the next video. See you guys.